Hi everyone, my name is Monique.
And I'm Naveen from Before You Play.
And today we're going to be playing through a game that is currently on Kickstarter called Gazebo.
Yes, this game is designed by Reiner Knizia and published by Bitewing Games, who are helping sponsor this playthrough. And in this game, players are going to be competing to fill out a botanical garden with various terrain so that we can be the first one to put out all of our gazebos.
Yes, this is a tile-laying game for 2 to 4 players that is actually a reimagining of a previous Reiner Knizia game called Sheen. Now, I say reimagining because many things have changed, including the theme, as well as the box size, and some of the rules in order to provide for a more improved experience. And so this is actually one of 2 games that are part of the Kickstarter, the other one being a game called Gingham. If you'd like to check out our playthrough of it, we've included a link to that video below, as these are the first 2 games in Bitewing Games' travel series.
Yes, now we do have to mention this is a prototype copy of the game, so things are subject to change in the future. If you are interested in the campaign, which includes the other game, there's a link in the description down below. Lastly, if you like these kind of videos and you want to see more in the future, please consider subscribing.
And with that, we are ready to begin. So, if you please direct your attention to the center of the table, we're all set up here for a 2-player game of Gazebo. Welcome to the Butterfly Garden. Now, like we're mentioning, this game is a race to be the first player to put out all of their gazebos. And so the number of gazebos that you'll be playing with actually is dependent on the number of players. In a 2-player game, each player has 24 gazebos. Now, before we continue, I do need to mention a couple of things about this prototype. The first thing being that the actual gazebos did not make it in time for us to produce this video. So these are prototype components. The final version of the game will have actual plastic gazebos and not these cylinders. In addition, the domino tiles that we're going to be playing with are also upgraded components, and so in the standard version of the game, these will be punchboard tiles. Now, speaking of the tiles, the way that the game works is players will be taking turns placing a domino tile on the board in order to create nooks to place out our gazebos. And so the game comes with 2 different types of tiles. We have these lighter colored ones that actually showcase 2 different types of terrain on them. And in this game, there are 3 total types of terrain. We have the pink flowers, we have the lush green sections, and we have the blue water terrain.
Yes, like I was alluding earlier, we are trying to decorate this entire botanical garden.
Right, and so the other type of tiles are actually single-colored dominoes, which are going to be useful, as you'll see. And so during setup, each player will create their own private stack of 5 of these single-colored tiles as their private reserve, and we'll also draw 3 of the double-colored tiles to start our hand. Now, gameplay is very simple. On your turn, you're going to play a domino tile onto the board. But the main rule here is the domino tile must be orthogonally adjacent to a terrain space that's already on the board or another domino tile. And so at the start of the game, we're going to have 3 of these starting terrain spaces for each of the 3 different types, and they don't have to match. So I could place that there. That would be legal. But you're going to want to match terrain types, as you'll see. So maybe I'll place my domino tile there. And then you always end your turn by drawing a tile from either the standard domino tile reserve or from one of the tiles that are in your 5 domino stack. Now, keep in mind that means you cannot draw from these single colored domino tiles unless you trigger a specific event, which you'll see in a second. Then play would proceed to the next player's turn. Now, after placing a domino tile, you may trigger 1 or more events. And so one of the main things that you're trying to do here is you're trying to create nooks. And a nook is a contiguous space of the same colored type of terrain. And so in this example, I placed a pink terrain type next to the pink starting space, which creates a nook that is 2 spaces in size. Whenever you create a nook, you get to place out one of your gazebos. And this is going to be as if this gazebo owns this entire contiguous section. Now in the future, each nook can be expanded by placing additional domino tiles adjacent to it of the same color. So if, for example, either player were to place this tile like this would expand my current nook to a size 3. So no additional gazebos would be placed because this is technically the same nook, but now it's a little bit bigger. And keep in mind that if Naveen were to have placed this domino tile, even though he placed it, it's still expanding my nook. And this is important because let's say, for example, on my turn, I had placed my double pink tile, just like this. Now it is a size 5 nook, and as soon as you reach a size 5 or greater, the nook becomes a big nook, and you place a second gazebo on top of it. But from here on out, it does not matter how much bigger this gets. You're only ever going to place up to 2 gazebos in one nook. Now, I just want to mention that in me placing this domino tile, this will trigger another event that has to do with these patios, but I'll explain those in a second. Now, let's just say, for example, that Naveen, on his turns, he had placed these tiles, forming himself a small nook on the green terrain, as well as this one here, expanding his green terrain and forming a small nook with a pink terrain. In this game, one thing that you have to watch out for is you can actually absorb other players' nooks by connecting 2 or more of the same nook type.
So in this case, you're talking about the pink this way and the pink this way.
Yes, and the way that this works is the player who has a larger nook before the tile was placed gets to absorb the other player's nook. So Naveen would have to remove his gazebo, and I would not place an additional one because this is all just the same size nook.
Right. And again, the whole purpose of this game is to be the first player to put out all your gazebos.
Yes. So in me doing this, it slows Naveen down a bit. Now, had Naveen's nook been the same size as mine, then you would not be allowed to legally connect both nooks. There has to be one clear winner.
So if Monique's 5 was connecting to my 5, this placement would not be legal at all.
Correct. And the other thing that's really nice about big nooks is big nooks can never be absorbed, which means you cannot connect 2 of other players' nooks that are both big nooks, if that makes sense. And so that is the main sort of focus of the game. We're trying to create these small and large nooks in order to place out our gazebos. Now, there are a couple of other special spaces that you'll see on these boards, including these spaces, which are called Zen spaces. Anytime you place a domino tile that covers up a Zen space, at the end of your turn, this allows you to, instead of drawing your tile from the standard supply, you can draw from these single-colored dominoes. And so, as you can probably tell, that's super advantageous because it's 2 of the same color, which is helpful for creating nooks. And even though each player has their own stack of 5, these are very limited, so you're going to really want to time when to draw from your own stack. Now, one thing that we should mention is the game actually has 2 different boards. This is the standard board. They're each double-sided, so there's a different type of board on the other side. And there's another double-sided board that is the expansion board. And each different type of board has something special about them. This specific one is the butterfly garden, and this is supposed to be for more experienced players. So we're going to be playing on this today just so we can show off some of the unique mechanisms in it. But one type of space that are common to all of the boards are these patio spaces. Some boards have 2 different types of patios. There's the regular ones like this, and then there are fancy patios that are 2 squares in size. Our board today only contains regular patios. And so the way that these patio spaces works is you cannot place tiles over them. And as soon as a player connects one of their nooks to the space, sharing one of the edges, then they claim the patio by placing a gazebo on the patio space. But these patio spaces are also not safe. And so if any other player is able to connect their own nooks so that they have more gazebos surrounding that patio, then they actually steal the patio. But keep in mind that it has to be the number of gazebos. So right now, I have 2 gazebos that are attached to this patio, which means if Naveen wanted to steal this, he would have to have at least 3 that are surrounding it.
Yeah, so if I came in and it did something like this, I would be making this a larger one, a big gazebo.
A big nook.
So a big nook, yeah. So I'd get to put out that second one, but I'm still not at that threshold. I would have to have a third one.
Yes, because a tie does not take the patio. And the last thing is specifically for this board, the butterfly garden, is these vase spaces. We also cannot cover using a tile. And anytime you place a tile so that it shares an edge just like this, then you actually get to place out a second domino on your turn, essentially taking another turn.
And this is done before drawing.
Yes, which means at the end of your turn, you'll draw 2 tiles, deciding again between the standard supply or your 5 domino stack. And also keep in mind that this only happens if you specifically connected a nook to one of the edges for the first time.
This would be a new nook with the green, but if this was somehow, for some reason, placed like this would not be a nook as it only has 1 piece.
Right. And you can only do this once per turn, which means if I were to place a second tile that now creates a nook next to this vase, I do not get to place out a third. So you're only ever placing out up to 2 tiles maximum on your turn. And that's essentially it. As soon as a player places out their final gazebo, the game immediately ends and that player wins. Alternatively, if you either run out of domino tiles or there are no more available spaces to place a tile on, then the game also ends and whoever played out the most gazebos at that time wins.
Yep.
Now again, this game plays up to 4 players, and when playing with 4, you can either play a free-for-all standard game, or you can play a partner game, which is 2v2. Now also, if you'd like to learn more about the 4 different types of boards, then stick around to the end of the video. But for now, we're gonna go ahead and get cleaned up, and we'll get started with our playthrough.
Okay, we are all set up. Everything has been shuffled, and now we have 3 of our starting tiles. We just have to figure out who's going first.
Ready?
Yes, what do you want to do?
First tempo.
All right.
1, 2,
ready?
3.
1, 2, 3.
Me
goes first.
I'm going to be going
Set
first.
me up.
I don't know if that's a good thing or not. I guess we'll see.
We'll see, yeah.
Now, this is a 30-minute game, so it is fairly quick. And if you did not join us for the teach, please keep in mind that these gazebo pieces are prototype. The true pieces did not make it in time, so for the final version, these are going to be truly gazebo plastic pieces. And again, we both also have our stack of 5 of the single-colored domino tiles, and keep in mind that we were not allowed to look at these. You just randomly draw 5 from the stack and create your reserve. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and go first. And so I'm going to place out this domino tile that has pink and blue. And again, you have to place it adjacent to a terrain space. So I'm going to place it here so that I form my first small nook.
Look at you.
Because they are the same color and they're small. All right, that's it for my turn. So now I get to draw. Do you mind just passing me one?
Sure. Here you go. You don't want to draw from your stack
I
of
do
5?
not want to draw. It is too early for that.
Early for that? Okay.
All right, back
fair
to
enough.
you.
Okay, I have a quick move.
Okay.
We're going to do this. So now we are creating a nook. And I am the only nook leading into this butterfly patio.
Right.
So I'll put this here, just like that.
You used me.
Well, it's going to happen in this game.
That is the game, actually. All right, very good. Well, then it's back to me, and I'm actually not going to continue contributing to that large area. I'm going to go over here.
I see.
Or actually, I'm going to go like, that doesn't matter, I guess.
Okay.
I'm going to go like this. So I've connected pink to pink, creating myself another small nook.
You have.
Yes. All right, that is the end of my turn. No other events occur.
Okay.
Now it's back to you, Naveen.
All right, since you're over there, I'll come join you a little.
Okay.
Let's just do this. So I'm creating a nook here.
Yes.
And then I covered up one of these double tile
A
spaces.
zen space.
Zen. Relaxing.
So you must feel relaxed.
And so now I don't have to draw from here. I'm going
Correct.
to draw from the actual stack.
So it gives you the option of drawing from the single colored stack. You don't have to. You can still draw regular
I don't
tile
have
if you
to, but
like.
I'm going to.
Okay. All right, well, it's back to me, and I'm going to place my tile here. And Naveen just keeps benefiting from everything I'm doing.
I do.
So I'm going to go there. I'm going to place out a gazebo because I created a small blue nook, a water nook.
Okay.
And I am actually going to draw. It's early, but I'm going to draw from my stack.
I say you do it.
because I think I'm desperate.
You're not happy with it?
All right, back to you.
Okay, I'll go here.
Okay.
So that's going to create a nook next to a vase.
A vase.
So that means I get to go again.
Okay.
And then I'm going to put out this double tile here, covering up that space, which puts out a gazebo because now we have a 2. So we have 2 separate blue nooks here.
Yes.
And then I'm going to draw from this stack
Yeah.
+1.
All right. Now, because both of our nooks are the same size, it's not legal to place a blue here
Right.
to connect them both because there would not be one that would absorb the other.
Yeah, it'd be 2v2.
So then I'm going to go ahead and place out this double blue, and I'm going to place it here. So it doesn't actually do anything right now. It's more of a setup move.
Okay.
So we shall see. I'm going to draw from here because I haven't been having very good luck here. All right, back to you.
Okay, so I'm going to place this one here. And what this does is a couple things. So we've created a new one, new nook. Then we also have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So this becomes a big gazebo.
But you already
But
have.
I already have one, so
it's just
it goes
really,
like that. Yeah,
it doesn't really add anything more, but now it can't be absorbed.
right. And then I'm gonna draw one of these basic ones.
So now it's back to me, and it's time to absorb Naveen's nook. So I'm going to place this here, and it actually does a couple of things.
Yeah.
The first thing is I create a small nook because I formed one with the green terrain space here. And the other thing is because my blue nook was a size 4 before placing this here, and Naveen's was only a 2, I absorbed it. I ate your nook. So Naveen takes his gazebo back.
Yeah.
This creates a big nook. So now I get to place out a second gazebo
It's a big one.
on that space. It still does not take this patio because Naveen has 2 gazebos to my 2.
Right.
But if I'm able to create one more there, I guess, at some point, then I will. All right, so then I'm just going to draw. Oh, do I take one from here again? So tempting. I'm just going to take from the supply.
Okay.
Let's just do this. All right, back to you.
All right. I am going to place out this double blue
Okay.
here, creating a new nook. And then I believe I now am protected here just a little bit more.
You are a little bit more.
Okay. So I'll take one.
So now it's back to me, and I think I'm just going to do this. It might be a little bit strange, but I'm going to do this so I can take
Double.
a double.
Yep.
All right, that's a Zen space. I'm going to take this one. All right, back to you.
So if you're going to do that, I will place out here, connecting to this vase over there,
Okay.
allowing me to take a second turn.
Yep.
And so what I'll do is I will put this one here. And so now we have 1, 2, 3 before your 1, 2. So then I make this
So you absorbed.
absorb. And then now this is a larger one.
Yes, that's true.
So it becomes like this. And then now, even though you have one big one and I have a big one, we cannot combine these together.
Right. Big nooks cannot be absorbed.
Right. So let me take 2 of these. Back to you.
All right, well, I'm going to go ahead and place out this tile
Okay.
here.
Very good.
So it creates a small nook. I've also attached it to the vase, which means I get to play again. And I think I'm going to just place my double tile here
Nice.
so that I could claim this patio.
Yeah,
and I don't
there's
think...
only one,
I
too.
think I'm the only one who can keep it.
Yep. So it's
So
1, 2.
it's a small nook and a patio. Okay. I'm going to draw one from my stack and one from the general supply.
Okay.
All right, back to you.
Okay, simple turn. Green. This is the first time this green is leading into this vase.
Yep.
So this is already a nook right
Yeah,
here. So
right.
that's that. But I do get to go again because
Yeah.
I do create a nook next to that vase. And then I'm going to create another one going like this. So a couple things happen. We have a double pink.
Yep.
And then I'm the only one right next to this butterfly right now. So I'm going to do that. And then I'm just going to draw 2 standards.
All right, so it's back to me. I'm going to place a double blue here. So I create a small nook. I also claim
Do.
the patio. Okay, I'm going to draw from my supply again. I'm running out.
You're running low. I haven't driven. What am I saying? I haven't drawn from there. Okay, I will do this.
Okay,
So we have a new nook going into this because this is the pink one is from here.
Yeah.
We have a green one here, and then this is a pink.
so this is the new nook connecting to the vase.
Right.
Even though it was already one, because you expanded it, it's the first time it's connecting to the vase.
And then I'm just going to go ahead and do this just
All
like
right.
that. So we have a new nook,
Yep,
and then I'm surrounding that butterfly patio.
very good.
There we go. 1, 2. I'm going to draw from my own stack and then take one here.
Well, I guess I'll do this. So this is a double green.
Yep.
Because it's a new nook connecting to the vase, I can play another tile. And I'm going to go here.
Very
So it's
good.
another new nook. And I covered up a Zen space. So I do get to draw one from the single colored stack and then one from the regular. All right.
Good, very good.
Back to you. It's getting intense.
Yeah.
This is
Um.
this is hurting my brain
Yeah.
because I feel like nowhere you place is ever safe. You kind of set something up for your opponent.
You do, yeah.
And it's tough.
It
It's tough right now.
It is tough right now. Okay, I will do this. I'm gonna go ahead and put this here.
Oh, you had a double green.
So I have a double green.
I set that up for you.
You did. So I put that there. 1, and then 2, and then honestly, I think I will draw.
What?
Let's go for my own stack.
What
right
will
here,
you
just,
draw?
Just in case.
Okay, well, I really do not want to get absorbed, so I'm going to do this.
Nice.
And that creates a small
Does.
pink nook. I also attached to that patio.
I had the piece for it.
You did you?
I did. Yeah.
Well, it is what it is.
Okay.
So I'm going to draw from here. Now it's back to you.
All right. Let's just put this one over here and just get this done.
Get it over with.
So this is now a 5. So
Yeah.
it's a big.
It's a big nook.
In addition to that, we are next to this right here.
So you take that
There we
patio.
go.
Oh
Keep
my
that
gosh. How
going.
many more gazebos do you have left?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9.
Oh, I have definitely
take
more
this.
than 9.
Yeah.
3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11.
Okay, good.
You have 2 more.
Good,
I had a
good, good.
bad start. All right, I'm going to go ahead and place here.
Mm.
So blue, pink. It creates a small nook, and I cover a Zen space.
Yep.
So small nook on blue.
You did.
And I'm going to take a single colored
The big one.
tile. All right, back to you.
Okay, so you did that, huh? Well, then I'll do this. Let's go ahead and put that there. So I'll put this pink here, and then I'm next to this. Put that one there.
All right.
I'm going to take a double.
You take a double?
Yeah.
Well, I am going to place my double blue here,
Nice.
which connects this nook to the vase for the first time.
Okay.
It's still small, though, which means I get to place out another tile, and I'm going to place this here. So
Oh, interesting.
why?
Oh, nothing.
It makes this big.
Yep.
So I'm going to place out a second gazebo.
Very good.
I'm going to offset them a little bit just so you can see where the the double gazebos are. I don't know if it's clear from the top down. Okay. And then do I take this?
Let's take a look.
Because there are two nooks that are connected to this patio. It's this large one and this small one. I have more gazebos than Naveen. So that goes back to you. And I have stolen the gazebo. So now I draw two tiles. I'm going to take one from my supply and one from the regular stack. Okay, back to you.
Okay, so if you're doing that, then I'll do this. Okay, very good. So that's going to be a new one.
Okay.
Next to a vase.
Right.
And then I will do this. Let's just make a little U-turn.
Okay.
So there we go. And because of that, I'm next to this.
Right.
I get to put that down just like that. All right, I will take one from here.
Okay.
And let's go ahead and grab.
All right, we are really getting down to it. You only have six.
6.
Do I still have what? 8, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
Okay.
It's every time you put out, or I put out 2, you put out 2.
Yeah.
So I'm never going to catch up, I feel.
Okay.
But I'm going to go ahead and place this here. So it does create a small nook, and I take the patio. So you're just going to put out 2 more.
I'm going to try.
I'm going to take my last one in my stack since we're almost done.
My turn.
At least it seems close.
Yeah. So I'll do this. So
Okay.
I'm going to extend out like that. I'm next to a vase. And then because of that, I'm going to do this. So that makes this a 5. And then because of that, I'm going to go here. I'll take my last one and then grab.
Last one and grab.
Last one and grab.
All right, back to me. I'm going to place this here. So I form a small nook connected to a vase, which means I get to go again. And I'll do this. So it's another small nook. And I'm connected to a patio. So, all right.
Okay.
I can only draw from here. Let's take them from different stacks. Oh, it's intense.
All right, I have a move here that's going to be good for me.
Is it going to be the end
No,
of the game?
no. Yeah, right. I wish. I'm going to put this here. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 into this one. This makes this big.
Are you stealing my patio?
This patio, I have 1, 2 feeding into it, plus another one, 3 to your 2 feeding into it.
So you take this
So
also.
that goes out and this goes out. That's a big one. Okay. 2 to 4.
Naveen.
I just need to finish
We're
it.
decorating this beautiful garden. Why are you making this stressful?
This is good.
All right, the score right now is 4-2, and I think the writing's on the wall. I feel like you're going to be able to end this.
Possibly.
So I just want to make this respectable.
Okay.
I'm going to place this here. It's a double green,
Yep.
creating a small nook
Okay.
attached to a vase. So I get to go again. And I'm going to place this here,
Okay.
I guess.
Did you make it a big one?
I just want to make this a big nook
yeah.
without you being able to connect and force me to absorb that one.
Right.
So there you go.
Okay.
Still have 2,
Yeah.
and I guess I'll just draw from here.
That was good.
Ah, sorry.
That's okay.
I destroyed
You
everything.
don't have to worry about that. So I'm going to put this one out here.
Okay.
So we are now a new nook
Yep.
connected to a vase.
Okay.
And then I
Whoa,
have...
whoa.
Wait,
Place your tile first.
I'll show you right here.
Claiming the win.
This thing over here, we have a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 to make it
A big nook.
That's it.
You've done it.
Instantly, that's it.
That is an instant victory. Naveen placed out all of his gazebos first. I can't believe we got... Look at this. Look
That's
at this
close.
board.
Yeah.
This is a lot of
This is big.
gazebos.
This is really
for
big.
one garden.
Yeah.
You're just going to go gazebo hopping.
just
Hopping and hopping.
Massive.
But there you go. That is it. The game is over, and Naveen is our winner. Good
Yeah,
job.
you're only off by 2, and we had a switch a couple
We
times.
did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
so-
It got pretty
yeah.
close to us maybe finishing the tiles. Maybe that's not true. No, I think it was always going to be
Yeah.
this way.
Yeah.
But that is it. it. And again, we were playing on the Butterfly Garden board. Now, again, the game comes with two separate boards. There's the standard board and the expansion board, and they're both double-sided. So let's go ahead and show you what the other ones look like. So here we have the Aviary Garden, which is technically the standard game, or for first-time players, you can start on this. And so as you can see, there are no vase spaces, so you don't get to take that sweet double turn. Each board still has these Zen spaces and, of course, patios. But the difference is we also have fancy patios.
Bigger ones.
Which, if you are able to control a fancy patio, then you place out 2 gazebos on this space. So it does move faster in that sense. In addition, the starting terrain spaces are in the corners. So you're kind of branching inward from the outsets. And then we also have the expansion board, which is also double-sided. And this is called the elevation expansion. I believe it comes separate. And this is the botanical garden side. You can play this with any level of experience, but it does sort of raise competition because it introduces these types of patios called raised patios. Now, the difference between a regular and a raised patio is in order to claim this, you have to have at least 2 gazebos connected to it, which is going to be either 2 regular nooks,
like
so
coming
2
in
single,
from the sides,
or 1 large nook, which is a double gazebo. And if at any time one of your gazebos gets absorbed, then you still sort of maintain control of the patio until another player properly steals it. And finally, the opposite side of the expansion board is the jungle garden, which is sort of a combination of a lot of the different mechanics that are introduced on the other boards. So this board is for more experienced players. It has the regular and fancy patios, as well as the raised patios and the vases that you saw in the butterfly garden that we played on.
Not too many double tiles, though.
Right. So there are only 3 of those Zen spaces, which means it's going to be more difficult for you to draw those single colored tiles. But the new mechanic that it introduces are these pedestal spaces. So similar to the Zen spaces, you can cover these with domino tiles. And if you do, then you basically trigger the vase feature. You get to place a second tile out. And so those are all of the different boards that you'll be able to play this game on. Now, if you did not join us for the teach, in addition to the gazebos, which are going to be different in the final version of the game, we also played with upgraded components. So these tiles in the standard version will be punchboard components. And since this is one of the 2 games that are part of the travel collection, there's also this travel case that you'll be able to place the game in. But this, I believe, is a free gift, part of the Kickstarter.
Oh, cool.
But when it's after the Kickstarter, you'll have to get it separately. But it also fits in the box.
Well, there you have it. That is Gazebo. Now, if you have any questions about anything you saw here, feel free to leave them in the comments down below. We'll try to get back to you as soon as we can. If you are interested in the campaign, there's that link in the description, which you can check out. And also the other playthrough that we did for the campaign is also down in the description below. Thank you all so much for watching the video. We hope you enjoyed it. If you'd like to see more videos like this in the future, please consider subscribing.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Bye.